A good Erev Shabbos, a good Friday morning to everyone. Hope you are all doing well. Hope you had a good week. We're going to read tomorrow Parashat Ekev. The Torah talks about a whole series of blessings if we do what's right. If we stick to Torah and mitzvos, we merit a lot of good things. God's going to love us. He's going to bless us. And then, and this appears in the beginning of the Parsha, the Torah tells us that the Almighty is going to go ahead and remove all sicknesses, right? Vehesir Hashem mimcha kol choli. All illnesses, all sicknesses will be removed. And you should know that's going to include chol madvei Mitzrayim, all the diseases that were in Egypt, haraim, which are bad. So the fact that it talks about the diseases that were in Egypt, well, that fits into what tradition teaches us, that as our ancestors, right, were freed from Egypt, the Egyptians were punished with diseases. But commentators wonder what exactly is the idea of haraim. In the words of the Torah, v'chol madvei Mitzrayim haraim. These diseases that were ra, that were bad. What exactly is a bad disease? Is there such a thing as a good disease? So this Sforno explains the following, that the ra'im refers to machalot, which are mitdabkot, which are contagious. So he says that those illnesses and diseases of Egypt that the Torah refers to, ones that the people of Israel are promised that if they stick to Torah and mitzvos, they're not going to have to deal with, refers to contagious diseases. Fascinating insight. But I wonder, why exactly does the Sforno see in the word ra, bad, a contagious disease? So I would like to offer the following explanation. You know, illness is no good, right? It's pain, it's suffering. We all know it. We have all observed it or have gone through it. But the truth is, sometimes it brings out the good. When a person is ill, and there's a lot of chesed that is done, right? And people connect to one another. And it brings people together. Sometimes you see a little bit of a silver lining of an illness, right? Chesed, community. It's painful. We pray that no one would have to ever deal with it. But there is sometimes some good. On the other hand, when you deal with a contagious disease and people keep away from one another, right? And people become very concerned about interaction, right? And you cannot really go and visit the ill person. And lo aleinu, you have situations of people who died alone. That is not just a machala, that's not just an illness, but rather that is an illness, it's a sickness, it's a disease that's ra, that's bad. And therefore, the Sforno notes that when the people of Israel need to be promised that they're not going to have to deal with the illnesses and the diseases of Egypt, those were ones that were ra, meaning contagious, because a contagious disease is ra. That's how I understand this Sforno. And obviously, it came to mind during this period of time when we are detached, when we are disconnected, when we are dealing with circumstances that are not good, they're ra. And we have what to pray for, and we have to have faith that with commitment to the values that identify us, concern for others, sensitivity towards others, commitment to our tradition and to our Torah and to our people, those good things will, God willing, get us to that point that we will no longer have those illnesses and those diseases that are ra. We're only going to have good. That's what we pray for, and that's my prayer today. It should be a good Shabbos to everyone, and let's hear good news, but for now, keep up the good work. Shabbat Shalom. Bye-bye.